Hello, everybody. This is the first episode of the Cursed Content Club, a podcast where we review cursed content. With me is Dan and Bob Video Games of GigaBoots.com.
Hey, Mr. Feel, how's it going?
How are you guys?
Oh, we're doing great.
Doing well over here.
Also with us is KZ Excellent of KZExcellent.com. How's it going?
I can't see.
The movie is
I
blinded
wish I
him.
couldn't see. Then I wouldn't have had to watch Kickassia.
That's right. We did Kickassia for episode 1.
I guess I should tell everybody what Kickassia is.
Yeah, they may not know.
One moment, let me get my review. Or my summary. Kickassia is the second Channel Awesome movie. Released in 2010, the nostalgia critic and multiple people he was abusing take over the micronation of Molossia. Mostly by means of shrieking, running, and really terrible special effects. As they continue to shoot this film in the desert with no water or shelter, in chronological order with a single camera and only the onboard microphone, various plots and intrigues intersect into a movie that feels twice as long as it actually is. So, Dan, what did you think of Kickassia?
Well, a lot of people familiar with our content will be used to the Gamer Premonition scale, which works from 1 to 4, but Cursed Content Club has a different scale. It goes from -5 to 5.
I picked it.
More nuance.
I thought it had the right energy for the content we'd be watching, so it's -5 to 5.
I don't want to sit here and start the first episode by giving the lowest score I can. And I'm freaking out.
You gotta be
you
careful.
You have to save it, Dan. I'm sorry, but there's going to be worse.
You say that, and yet I've watched so much no-budget indie cinema that's so far up its own ass, and it was so much better than this.
There's at least going to be one thing worse.
And we're doing a whole number scale, no fractions or decibels, right?
No fractures or no -5 to 5.
My review is, I give this movie a -4. I honestly am confounded that any individual would involve so many other people without planning more for such a large and ambitious project. It constantly blows my mind as I watch through the film that they hadn't figured out how to set white balance, hadn't bought a microphone, and hadn't done any number of other things that I would think about doing before starting a small YouTube channel. I constantly am bewildered by this film and was staggered that it was somehow worse than the one movie I watched where a guy goes to Thailand or wherever and just writes it off as a tax break. So he said he filmed a movie, but really he took a camcorder around the apartment he was staying in. Bob, what did you think of Kickassia?
I'm brave enough to rate every movie that shows up on this show a -5, so here we go, -5.
No.
You're going to regret this, Bob. Regret will course through you.
Whatever, we can always change it later. That's how I roll.
Here's how it works. If something is ever worse, you have to move it up on the scale. And by the end of the series, Kickassia, a 4.
Oh my God, I want to believe there's no way we find that many movies worse.
We went to a small indie film festival near here.
Those things were all like 10 minutes at most, though. So.
Which is why they were immensely better.
Right. This thing just, it kept
Also,
going.
no, one of those was like 20, 30 minutes. You know the one.
Oh,
the one that literally... it sounds like I'm making this up, everybody, but the one that literally ends with the scene of dancing on graves that's supposed to be uplifting.
Real graves.
Real fucking human graves. And it's supposed to be uplifting. That film was better than this.
Well, yeah, it shot on location. It wasn't a manufactured home in the middle of a desert.
And a hotel room. They also filmed Kickassia at a hotel room.
They got a lot of mileage out of that hotel room.
One might say too much mileage.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Casey, what do you think of this movie?
All right. Oh boy. Kickassia hurt me. It was an incredibly painful experience, and I can't believe I survived. But the special effects with the dude talking about spiders was funny. -3 out of 5.
Good review, KZ.
He dreams of worse. He dreams of worse. That's the only
Dude,
explanation.
that was the light at the end of the tunnel whenever it just popped up.
So here's my review. Kickassia is an abysmal film. I hesitate to call it a film at all.
Right.
Most of the things that would characterize a film are not present here, like writing and choreography and jokes and dialogue. Kickassia is more like a 90-minute fever dream than an actual film. However, I am confident that there are many, many things worse awaiting us. So, -1 out of 5.
Whoa! Whoa! Oh my god!
Holy shit!
I don't. I can't even. I can't imagine.
shit over.
Oh my
God.
4 more points of bad. I don't like. It's already hardly film.
At that point, Bob.
You're gonna kill Bob.
At that point, Sensui is showing you the fucking black tape
Yeah,
that
the
made
chapter
him
black.
He's showing you chapter black.
This is our
And
chapter.
Phil's sitting
black.
here like, and -2, baby.
-2. It's humanity's war crimes. -2.
I watched the tape from The Ring and am being slowly cut to pieces by Sadako, and I'm like, -2.
It could be worse.
Could be worse.
She's kind of hot, I guess.
You got a big bat.
Oh my god, a -1. Bob.
-1. That's fucking raw.
I before we watched this, I was uncertain that I should even bring the movie I already referenced in this episode, Isolation 119, into this series at all. But as we watched this film,
You wanted to spare us that, and now you have to hurt us because you had to watch Kickassia?
this was Isolation 119 is a refreshing glass of water after Kickassia.
Yes, it's a film with dialogue.
People
I love water.
People regularly laugh at Isolation 119. The part where he plays chess against a guy in a hood who has the voice of Microsoft Sam is
Is
delightful.
this Kingdom Hearts?
Yes.
KZ and I laughed often during Kickassia. Never
Yup.
by design.
Okay, yeah, that's true.
I can't even laugh at the movie. It's so bad.
See, that's the thing. It doesn't go far enough. It's not bold enough with its ambition. Too much of the fucking movie takes place in 2 goddamn rooms. By the way, this might as well be the other half of my review because, anyway, it's so fucking upsetting how little ambition this film has. Who the fuck flies 19 people across the country in a body of water to get them in a hotel room and in a fucking desert?
I think one of them was from France.
-4
Now-
out of 5.
Dan is really going to enjoy the first section of this show that I just made up right now.
Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay.
I call it, we all have to go around and say what our favorite part of the movie was. And you can't say the ending.
Is this an ironic favorite, or are we just literally trying to say the only good part?
Can I go first?
Whatever part sticks out in your mind as your favorite part that isn't it being over.
Okay.
Can I go first?
Yes, KZ, you may go first.
When the dude in the portal came out talking about spiders and the way it moves out of frame killed me. That was great. I love it.
Yes, the way where it left through the door
Yes.
was the only funny part of the entire movie. It was the only time we laughed at something that was a joke.
Yeah, that's correct. That's the only time you guys laughed at something that was an intentional
to make
joke.
you laugh.
Yes.
We still weren't laughing for exactly the right reasons, but we were laughing at the right time.
Like 35%
Right.
of it was, wow, this looks really bad.
Hey, Bob, what was your favorite part
Can
of the
you
movie?
just go to do someone else next?
Hey, Phil, what
No,
was your
Bob.
favorite part of the...
No, Bob. I'm sorry, Bob, but you have to.
We handed hostship over to Phil. You have to go now.
Here we go. Let's see. Oh my god. I'm trying to think of a moment that was somewhat quiet. Didn't involve yelling. I'm hitting a blank. Let's see. Maybe the part where he quoted no, that was bad too.
Remember...
Just do the title card. You know you want it.
Remember during the ending when he kept saying the title of Bond films?
No, that was also the worst. Yeah, maybe it is just when it was panning over the map at the beginning.
No, what about the scene where he gave the nation back and had a black eye, and when he left, the black eye was gone?
Yeah, and the very next cut, the black eye that the Nostalgia Critic had.
What about
was
the part where
completely gone.
Movie Suit was just walking through the desert?
In the middle of us watching this, I asked Bob to name one of the people on screen because Bob's such a huge Channel Awesome fan. He definitely is. And Bob was certain his name was Movie Suit.
That's the only thing I could come up with.
Close
And if
enough.
you wanna
I think
hear
was
that
the
and-
cinema snob.
And if you want to hear that and many other insightful remarks about the movie, become a patron to get our commentary on Kickassia.
Yeah,
90 minutes of content.
maybe, well, content you really don't want to watch.
89.
Because, oh God, it involves watching this movie while hearing
No,
it.
it's fine. You can suffer while we suffer. It's a bonding experience.
So, Dan, what was your favorite part of Kickassia?
There's approximately 1.2 seconds where the Emperor or King or whatever of Molossia is on screen, and he says a thing, and it's pretty funny, and somehow he's the best actor in the whole fucking movie. That's my favorite part, where this random schmuck, who apparently is just some guy who thinks he owns his own nation in the middle of the desert, is the best actor out of this website that is comprised of people who spend forever talking into cameras and thinking they're acting. That was my favorite part, that 1.2 seconds where he says a thing.
Oh man, I saw my actual favorite part.
What's that?
That part where I got to see that Game Informer was Portal 2.
Yeah.
They rolled that back 3 times. Best part of the movie.
It let you remember Portal 2, which is a better experience than watching Kickassia.
Most things aren't.
Right? Of like, I didn't even like Portal 2, but yeah, it was better than this by far.
Well, my favorite part of Kickassia was when the Nostalgia Critic, dressed as M. Bison, and Spoonie and is his Dr. Insano character have a Dragon Ball-esque beam clash with bad Adobe After Effects lightning effects.
Yeah, that literally looked as rough as the one Bob did when he first was trying to figure out After Effects in 2007 at the age of, what, 19?
Maybe. They 18, something like that. And I was using the free trial. You think they were using the free trial?
They were probably using the free try.
But that was the best part of the movie. It was extremely raw, especially the part where their electrical energy blasts appear to have forward momentum. So the Nostalgia
was
Critic
raw.
steps to the side and the Spoonie one tumbles forward, ass over tea kettle into a table.
So imagine this thing he described, but none of it visually communicates any of that. And also it's shot terribly, because everything in this film is shot terribly. I think they have 3 shots total on a tripod, and the tripod is crooked.
A close runner-up would be when they spend 5 minutes chanting to revive the incredible character Santa Christ, who is a fusion of Santa Claus and Jesus Christ. And when their 5 minutes of chanting fail, they just dump his body in a dumpster.
Yep,
And then he comes back later, rendering that entire joke utterly pointless.
like most of the movie.
So I decided to go to the Molossia website
Oh no.
and went to their holidays and celebrations page.
What?
Chinese New Year is listed. Chocolate Mint Day. It's the president's favorite flavor.
Okay.
Mardi Gras. Boulder Day on May 1st. The day we moved that very large boulder, celebrated with meatball subs.
What?
But the one that's important here, April 11th, the Kickassia Invasion Victory Day. On the 9th of April 2010, XXXIII, 23rd Roman numeral. The upstart micronation of Kickassia invaded our nation and overthrew our president, installing a new government. 2 days later, on the 11th of April, the invasion imploded and control of Molossia was returned to our president. A victory for our country.
So as I was saying, this whole film was pitched to that dude as, hey, when Clerks came out, the Quick Stop became a weird tourist trap. We can do that for your weird desert place. And he was like, oh,
Okay,
cool, yeah.
Now I have looked it up, and Molossia's currency is the Valora, which is subdivided into 100 futrus and pegged to the relative value of Pillsbury cookie dough. Cookie dough is stored in an outbuilding called the Bank of Molossia, from which Valora coins are made from gambling chips and printed banknotes are sold.
This is a billion times better than that movie.
Yeah, they should have just flown out 19 guys and made a documentary.
They should have just fucking made a joke about how cookie dough is. They should have been a documentary. God. Oh, I'm so mad that that's so much better than any line in that movie.
The Molossia time zone is Molossia Standard Time, which is Universal Time minus 7 hours and 41 minutes.
Of course, it's a really weird number.
The Republic of Molossia claims to be at war with East Germany, alleging that they are responsible for military drills performed by Kevin Baugh while stationed with the United States military in West Germany, and therefore are also responsible for the resulting lack of sleep. While East Germany formally ceased to exist in 1990 via the Treaty on the Final Settlement with respect to Germany, Molossia argues that Erst-Thalmann Island, through dedication by Cuba to Weimar German politician Ernst Thalmann, and lack of mention in the treaty on the final settlement or by the nation of Cuba either, is still East Germany land, allowing the war to continue.
What?
So I'm looking at the bottom of the page. Day 12,863 of the war with East Germany, with a link to buy war bonds to help end the war. Upon clicking it, it says I can buy war bonds.
Jesus
They need help.
Christ.
We need to end the conflict. There's a certificate I can get.
What in the world?
So this
Of
guy's
10
actually a scam
Valora?
artist, I
Yeah,
hear?
so this is a scam.
Great.
I
Awesome.
can add it to my cart. Should I do that?
As though
It's
It'll
as
give you
much
a
of a
virus.
scam as Channel Awesome was.
right, I feel like it's great that we were able to add yet another layer of grossness to this film because the whole Channel Awesome
They
thing
have a
definitely
Twitter
wasn't
account?
enough.
The official language of Molossia is Esperanto.
Maybe we should stop reading about Molossia.
Original name, the Grand Republic of Voldstein.
As I was telling Bob while watching the film, one of the things that struck me as like it's a 1-2 punch, right? The things that struck me the worst about this film is that they spent the money to fly that many people out there, but they don't know how to set white balance on a camera. Like, that's insane.
You said white balance about 13 times during that, yeah.
Because it was insane. Like, it was literally mind-boggling. You can leave a camera on auto and it would do a better job than what they did.
They have parades.
You could tell they set the white balance at the beginning of the shoot day and then just left it on the same setting as the light changed to a deep blue. But it's that and the fact that they don't own a mic. So anytime a character is more than 3 feet away from the camera, they're dubbed.
It's great.
It's so many moments like that where it's like we were idiots when we started our first YouTube channel. We were like 18, 19. But even we were like, okay, we need to do research to get a decent camcorder and try to get a mic. But it turns out a good mic cost money, so we ended up not getting that good mic.
And somehow your videos still sounded better than Kickassia.
I know! It's fucking insane!
Channel Awesome can't afford a microphone.
It's a void.
They have no idea what syncing audio is, so why would they?
That's fair. They probably would have fucked that up if they had to do it
Now,
manually.
since we discussed what we thought was the best moment of the movie, we now have to say what we thought the worst scene was.
Can I Vegafy and make it a little bit bigger than one scene?
It cannot be the entire movie, Dan.
I'm not gonna do that. That's a boring joke.
Okay,
I'll
then
leave that
go
floor.
ahead.
I'll leave that joke on the floor for Casey in case he gets hungry later. The part where the movie decides all it's gonna be for the next 10 minutes is yelling and running.
That comes.
It was
That's like the
It was
movie.
like five. That was 5 scenes, Dan.
Oh, weird. I thought it was just one. I guess it was most of the film. But no,
I've got one.
I specifically mean at the beginning of the film when they go to invade for the first time and it's minutes upon minutes of running up and screaming. And then,
Dan, that was 45 seconds.
it was years upon years of running up and screaming. And then it cuts to a scene in a hotel room. And then they immediately go back to running up and screaming, but now with Adobe After Effects explosions going everywhere.
He had a cannon.
All that entire thing took place in the first 5 minutes of the film, Dan.
Yeah, that literally hurt the most. The part where it's like, we're not going to have dialogue. We're not going to have like and exchanging of power or relevant information given to you. We're just gonna have like, I don't know, 5 minutes straight of yelling and running. That's it. These are our jokes, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
That's what the kids want, Dan. They want running and screaming.
I mean, if they watch Nostalgia Critic, probably.
So, KZ, what was your pick?
You know that part where they took over the nation of the house, and then they just did interviews for 18 minutes straight?
Oh, the newsreel. You mean the newsreel?
The news roundup.
The newsreel that has no, like, aesthetic menu or overlay to make it look like a news station?
The dude wore the hat, though.
The news segment where a man wears a hat with a press marker, which is just a note card with press written on it with a Sharpie, and waves a unplugged microphone at people while the onboard microphone of the camcorder picks up their sound very poorly.
And he uses the most obnoxious fake transatlantic accent ever, where it's just like,
Well, that's
we're
newsman
reporting in.
access, Dan.
I'm a newsman. And it's like, this would be tolerable if you did it well, or for like a minute. Uh-oh.
Here we are, 20 minutes later.
Here we are with neither of those.
Well, Bob, it's your turn.
Mine is going to be like it's a very small part inside of what Dan's was.
Maybe I left that joke on the floor for Bob. Bob, are you hungry?
No, I'm okay.
Okay.
There's a scene in the middle of them all running up where one of the ladies gets hurt and is then like held up by, I think you guys were saying his name was Linkara?
Yes, Linkar.
Yes.
Yeah, Mars Girl falls down and gets hurt.
Comic Hat.
Oh,
Comic Hat. There we go.
can I get that name one more time?
Comic Hat. Because he reviews comics and he has a hat.
He puts the hat on to comic.
Oh, yeah. Mars Girl was picked up by Comic Hat, as apparently is his name now, not Linkara.
And they're still just looping the same screams in the background, so you can't hear anything they're saying.
Oh, they
And
also had music.
They also had music, and she was clearly just discomfortable with him holding her up, and it was just all awful. Every part of that scene was just awkward and bad.
That's the amazing thing is how every woman in this film is written either as seditious bitch, the comforter, or the person who's going to die, and it's a sad moment. That's literally every joke handed to a woman in this film.
I can't believe that this movie was written by a very arrogant man.
How strange.
That doesn't make any sense.
Now, my least favorite part of the movie is early on there's a scene in the hotel room, one of the two sets of the movie.
One of the two halves of the movie.
Yes, basically.
They are recording this scene and it is meant to be tense. Yet, in the background, I can see empty soda cans sitting on top of the hotel room television because they did not clean up the room before filming this scene.
Well, it just makes it look lived in.
That can of cherry Dr. Pepper and Diet Dr. Pepper are burned into my soul forever.
I'll be sure to sneak some into the Mighty Number 9 review just for you, buddy.
He just leaves.
I needed a moment. All my stun points were depleted. I had a debuff for a moment.
I'm serious though. I've made a pastime out of watching really terrible, really small scale cinema because it could be educational. It could be scare you straight moments.
You need a letter further down in the alphabet than Z to describe what grade Kickassia is.
Yeah, it's true. KZ, who was your favorite actor in the film? Let me make it easier. KZ, what was your favorite person on screen?
Internet personality, Dan.
Did you like Goggle Boy, Movie Suit, Comic Hat?
I like Toothy Retro Man.
Please don't mention the teeth.
I can't mention the president, can I?
I kind of... You can. I feel it'd be mean to rob you of that.
All right, dibs.
Bob, who's your favorite? Who's your favorite humanoid on your television?
Movie Suit.
Movie Suit is very charismatic.
Yeah, Cinema Snob is very charismatic.
Who's Cinema Snob, Dan? The only person in this movie was Movie Suit.
I can't believe we found the new skeleton Jack.
So let's see. Movie suit and El Presidente are taken. Well, Phil and I are exempt from this round because there were no other humans on screen.
No.
No, it's fine. My favorite, it's hard. Do I want Manic Man with the goggles? Or do I want the person who is clearly doing something far beneath them pretending to be Sarah Palin?
I mean, I took the president. You could take the other dude who totally wasn't the president.
I think I will take Doug Walker, but while he was playing the guy yelling about spiders.
There you go.
Okay.
I can't believe I didn't think of that.
I'm going to take Spoonie because if Spoonie was reined in and there was a better script, I feel like he would have been really great. And already he is one of the better parts of this film.
It did for a moment feel like someone was
Like,
acting.
Not only that, it not only felt like someone was acting, but that the film was going to do a thing.
Something
believe
was
that for a
going to
second.
happen that wasn't running and yelling.
Right. But then that brief moment ended. That light was put out, and we went back to running and yelling.
What do you mean?
I'm
That we got the amazing joke of
Transformation sequence.
Doug Walker floating through the air, except he was clearly walking back and forth, but then that was the joke, robbing us even of a bad special effect.
Yeah, we were watching the scene where Doug Walker has the M. Bison suit on, because in case you didn't know, he does that in this film. He has an M. Bison cosplay on for about half of the fucking thing. And
No, it's like 80% of the movie.
Say it's 80% at least.
and he's acting like he's going to fly, and he says some shit like he's going to fly. And then it cuts to a camera angle of his feet, and he stands up on his toes as though that's he's flying now effect. And then they do a low shot of him as he wavers back and forth. And then any minute we're expecting to see the pulled out wide shot where they have to Adobe After Effects Doug Walker into floating.
I wish.
And then they robbed us of
No,
it.
see, that's not what I was expecting. I was expecting something even more low rent than that. I was expecting just continuous low shots while they said he was flying.
That's what I thought too. I thought that we were just gonna legit go with that.
I expected Doug Walker in front of a green screen to do one jumping jack, for them to cut a single frame out of that and put a glow on it and then shift it around shittily.
These weren't brave enough.
Also, the camera wouldn't be locked down; it would be handheld, so then it really wouldn't fit in the room.
You in your head you invented a better scene that they made.
Stop.
It was just my expectation. I was like, okay, now eat shit. He set it up, and then they're like, nope, the joke is that he's not actually flying; he's on his tiptoes. And I'm like, you fucker.
The joke is we couldn't do a special effect, so here's a hilarious anticlimax. How horrible it would be if a movie existed that was 3.5 hours of that over and over and over and over.
Yeah, it's a really good thing that movie doesn't exist, and we won't watch it during the series, and it has nothing to do with Channel Awesome. I want to redo my least favorite scene in the film. Can I do that? Can I do that right now?
Sure. There's no rules. We're all dead inside. Go
Fucking
ahead.
awesome. Long live the skeletons. Now then. Apparently gorilla skeletons. My
Monkey.
least favorite scene in the film is when James Rolfe gets dragged into it to do a bored James joke. And the music is still cut in by Channel Awesome, who's cutting in the worst music possible, so insanely loud. And then how they integrated the joke was also slipshod and just terrible.
Can I change my favorite actor if you changed your worst scene? Well, I'm the host, so I'm going to change my favorite actor. My favorite actor was the Risk Board. It did its job well.
Yeah, true. It had pieces on it. There were cards on it. It held up pretty
It had
well.
characters and there was dimension to it. It had a purpose in the film.
Could you imagine some sort of film that like properly takes the angry video game nerd and gives him a scripted thing with the structure and shoots him really well, so that way he gets to be in a movie that's good? I say imagine because
Wasn't that the angry? Oh,
no.
Sadly,
Oh,
no. No, we have to watch that for this show.
Oh god.
I guess we'll have to find out later.
Oh god. No.
I've never seen it, so we gotta.
I haven't either. But if we do that, we also have to do the Linkara one.
Man, Dan, it's really cool how you comboed yourself here.
Fuck me. God damn it.
I can't wait for the Comic Hat movie.
The best part is when it's uploaded as that. Oh man, what a fucking idea for a series. We'll watch really bad things. That'll be fun. Cuts to skeletons sitting in a DX racer.
There's only one episode ever made of this show.
You can't die at by far the easiest episode.
Just wait till we get 50 of these in.
Just wait until we get to the thing that I have to give a -5.
Yeah, when are we watching Good Burger?
Good Burger is a masterpiece. I will not hear slander against Good Burger.
See, we
We'll
can't
find out.
even do Good Burger on the show. Phil will be upset the whole time.
I haven't seen Good Burger. I want to know what it is.
No, Bob.
See, Bob will love Good Burger.
I haven't seen Good Burger since it came out.
In 1999.
Yes.
Oh wow, you were what, 3?
7-year-old KZ was really into it.
I actually watched Good Burger something like 4 years ago. For the
Why?
first time.
And it was
Why?
spectacular. You wanted to watch a good movie, so he watched Good Burger.
Well, I just finished watching
And then-
Mystery
and then
Men,
he
and the
followed up
cough
with
syrup
Master
was
of
still
Disguise.
affecting me, so I thought it was a good time to watch Good Burger.
Mystery
That
Men,
seems like-
another great movie.
I feel like it's been tainted by the cough syrup.
Mystery Men is a fantastic movie. You have the guy that throws forks. You have the shoveler.
Yeah, the shoveler.
You have Mr. What the hell's his name?
It's okay. Just
Mr. Furious, that's just Ben Stiller pretending to get really mad and being really ineffectual.
Yep. This is. Have you seen Mystery?
Oh
Men?
yeah, I saw it in theaters.
Yeah, me too. You know that has Smash Mouth in it.
Yes, it does.
It does.
Better than 30% of the Marvel movies.
Ooh.
Oh, you're going to tell me that Thor 2 is better than Mystery Men?
No, I'm not saying that wasn't even me being like, oh, what bullshit. That was me just being like, oh fuck, he might be right. Oh no.
They put out some real stinkers, but I don't know. I don't know how many.
I mean, here's the thing, right? For me, that's the thing. For me, yeah, Mystery Men is better than most Marvel movies because most Marvel movies don't even fire up neurons in my brain anymore. They're all so fucking cookie cutter that it's just I'm sitting there in a theater trying to sleep with my eyes wide open.
I don't know. You couldn't appreciate Frozen, so it's really hard to tell what's legit.
One might even say Mystery Men's better than Frozen.
Yeah, I'll
my
go for that.
This court will hear that.
Is Good Burger better than Frozen?
I'd have to watch it again.
Okay.
It's a strong contender, though. That song, We're All Dudes.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
He posted it on Twitter. We're All Dudes, as it is in that film, is an incredible ska representation of the thing that actor said in the skit on the kids' variety show.
Good Burger has Keenan, it has Kel, it has Sinbad.
It has everything you ever
What do you
wanted.
need?
What?
Wait, you
It's
didn't know
got
Sinbad?
Sinbad?
You didn't know Sinbad
Yeah,
was in it?
Sinbad is the crux of the movie, KZ. Keenan only has to get a job at Good Burger because he slams his dad's car into Sinbad's Corvette.
Yep.
Feel? Please be excited for episode 2 of the series because we can't not do Good Burger now.
No.
You hyped this up too much.
No. Yeah, he hyped it up so much it's not cursed. That's how it works, so now I don't have to watch it.
Good Burger is a magnificent film.
See, that's why we can't watch it in this series. Phil won't have
No,
it.
we got to find out if he's wrong.
Good Burger can be the post-Channel Awesome Detox episode.
Yes.
I figured that would be
Oh, no.
Isolation 119, but
How-
apparently I'm wrong.
How many Channel Awesome movies do we need to wait
Don't
through?
fucking don't
No.
even give them an opportunity to say a number because then we're beheld to it.
Okay, yeah, no, don't.
There's
We can-
three, Bob.
There-
There's three.
We're not
There's
watching
only
them
three.
in a row. We're not doing that.
We're not even implying that
we
we're
would
going
not-
to watch a comprehensive number of them. We would never do that.
And one of them is fine. One of them's like a 3 on the 5 to -5 scale.
I can't even trust you. You have -1 for this.
Is how is it a 3? Like what?
Dan, I promise you'll be stunned.
Now I'm interested. Damn it. Fuck!
No,
Now
we're
he's
not
got
doing it in
me.
a row.
Now he's got me. Fucking.
It'll be fine. Suburban Nights, the next episode of the Cursed Content.
no.
We can change it in post. Don't worry, Dan.
Yeah, it'll just, instead of Phil saying it, it'll be me. I'll be like, Isolation 119 available on Amazon Prime.
Suburban Nights.
God, fucking fine, but we're not.
hate you so
we're not
much.
watching the next one anytime soon. Let me be clear on that. We're watching. We can do Suburban Nights for episode 2, but I'm not watching 3 Channel Awesome movies in the same half of a year.
A half of a year is how long To Boldly Flee feels.
It's like a hyperbolic time chamber of a movie. But yeah, I think it's insane. I can't wrap my head around this film, Kickassia. I can't remotely understand how you fucking get the idea to fly out all these people. You clearly don't have a script that's been gone over by anyone, that's been looked over and revised by anyone. You don't know how to operate a camera. You don't have a microphone. You don't have more than 2 settings. I don't get it.
I don't know how 19 of them
19 of them signed up for this?
Yeah, 19 of them signed up for this. 19 of them showed up there, and the product got released. Like, just
Right.
every step of the way, it's like, how did they not just be like, no, dude, just stop?
In local video production, there have been numerous times where shit has just gone sour and people didn't release the thing. It's shitty that people wasted their time, but it happens. So it is staggering that they fully made this thing and went, yeah, we're going to air this. I mean, hell, they wanted to make their money back.
Dan.
What, Phil? What?
Here's how it happened. They did the Angry Video Game Nerd vs. Nostalgia Critic Brawl the year before.
Yep.
That got a shitload of views. So Doug Walker goes, let's do it again, but bigger. Also, I'm a super genius who's going to be the next fucking Martin Scorsese. So they do it. They do it bigger and dumber with this is what happens when you make a movie knowing nothing and refusing to learn.
And let's go bigger. Let me do a crossover instead of with some insanely popular guy with everyone on my channel.
Nostalgia Critic was huge when this came out.
He was
True.
huge when this came out.
Like,
Was
he was
bigger
in
than
the same
AVGN?
tier as AVGN.
He was.
That's
he
why
was,
they
But
had the beef.
It's just diluted. It's just diluting it though. That at that point, because like, oh yeah, we're 2 huge ones for the last thing. What if it was just all Nostalgia Critic mixed with the other junk?
No, it's okay. The last one also had all of those people in it too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's lesser in every way, Bob.
Okay. Got it.
See, this is like if you did a Marvel versus Tatsunoko, but then the next game was just Tatsunoko, and they didn't make more Tatsunoko characters. It's the same amount of Tatsunoko characters, and you go,
It's like if
look,
it's like if they made a sequel to Marvel vs. Capcom, but Disney wouldn't let them use any X-Men, and also the Capcom characters had to look really bad.
it would be like that.
Be a weird situation. Why would anyone do that?
God, did I really start this series just for us to have to watch Channel Awesome movies? I feel like
That's what it felt like leading up to starting it. Yeah.
I thought what I was doing was establishing a ground level for what is bad, right? With this, like, hey, everyone knows Channel Awesome. Everyone knows that they made a movie. Whoops. Let's watch one of those. And now it's, Dan, you need to see Suburban Nights. It's surprisingly good. And I'm deeply horrified.
I have to explain the appeal of Suburban Nights because it is by far the best of the 3. It's unbelievable. But like, there's a basic level of competency in Suburban Nights that is not present in the other 2. And it's exciting in that way because you watch it and you're like, oh, look, they figured out what a running gag is.
That it's not the same gag every time, that it somehow
Exactly.
changes meaning. Yeah.
They tie off the running gag near the end of the movie with a little bow. They have more than one camera.
This is fucked up. When I was approached for this series, I assumed the idea was everyone just brought in something that's bad to make people upset. This is just Phil forcing us to watch shit.
It's
No,
okay.
no.
It's okay. We're veering
We're gonna
right
watch
off
Good Burger.
What? We're veering-
Okay, hold on.
Yeah.
Phil?
Yes. Okay.
That's how you speak to me. Good burger? Yeah.
Dan's gonna be like, Bob, what cursed thing have you brought to the table? And Bob's just a skeleton. He's just a statue and he crumples to dust.
It's gonna be a close-up shot of me, and I'm gonna look to my right and go, "So, Bob, what did you bring into the Cursed Content Club?" And he's gonna be skeleton. Then we cut to a "Why did I scream?" and we freeze frame and we put credits. And that's gonna be
you'll turn
4.
to look at Bob, and Bob will just be wearing a Naruto headband, and there'll be a burst of smoke, and there'll just be a log.
Okay.
I'm not bringing any.
If
Oh,
Bob
man.
makes me watch a fucking Naruto movie,
No, Dan. There's Naruto OVA we need to watch.
I'm gonna kill
I don't
myself.
think there's any Naruto things that track on this chart.
Oh yeah.
Like there's not a live action Netflix Naruto movie.
There isn't. There's at least not that.
By
There's
saying that, you have put in people's brains that we need to watch the live-action Netflix Death Note movie.
Okay, I'm up
When
for
are we
that.
gonna
Let's
watch
go.
that Dragon Ball movie that Fox made?
Dragon Ball
Okay, I'm up for
Evolution's
that.
like
Let's go.
thousands of times better than this.
No, Dragon Ball Evolution is a billion times better than this. The Street Fighter The Legend of Chun-Li is a billion times better than Kickassia.
Okay, hold on.
No.
Yes.
Hold
No.
on.
It's
No.
Bison rips a baby out of his wife's womb in a
Yes.
cave.
Yes, that's why yes, I'm aware of that scene. That's why I'm putting it low. That's why I'm putting it
That's why I'm putting it high
off the
because
bottom of the chart.
It made me have a feeling.
is actually a constructed film. It is also the worst constructed film I've ever watched.
I love her
Very
doing.
cohesive.
I love her doing the special shot at the end.
Oh my
how
God.
they just spun a gif.
She's just like,
Okay, you know what, Dan? Okay, Legend of Chun-Li, but we have to do a fighting game saga where we do the Tekken movie and the King of Fighters movie.
The Mortal
supposed to be
Kombat
okay.
movies.
Yeah, those are fine.
No, the King of Fighters movie is not fine.
I own it.
I mean the live
Bob
action
Bob
one, not
owns
the.
it. We've watched it.
I watched it. It has Ray Park
God.
is the villain.
It was better than this.
It was way better than this.
Also, we have to watch the Fatal Fury anime movies.
Those are great.
So yeah, no, all of this is way too good. But episode 2 apparently is going to be Suburban Nights. Episode 3, I'm hijacking it and making you watch some stuff that's on Amazon.
Why are we doing 2 fucking Channel Awesome movies in a row?
Because I unfortunately 5 seconds before we started this said, "Hey, Mr. Feel, you can host this."
Fine, I'm calling dibs on the 4th one.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. That seems fair. Sorry, Bob, you're gonna have to watch that Isolation 119 movie for a 3rd time.
At least it's short.
I feel like it
it's
gets
like 1
better.
hour.
I feel like it gets better every time I watch it.
You find something new to look at.
You do.
Let's just do the worst idea of all time, but with Kickassia.
No! That's not funny!
I didn't sign up for that podcast.
The executive producers for the months of January 2019 are Fitzpova, Nicholas Cameron, Ely Boyles, Brendan O'Sullivan, Star Falcon, Spaceman Spiff, Danny Richardson, Dwyzart, and Wadonis. Thanks, everybody. And also, these guys, all their names are gone. If you want to help us make more videos, go over to patreon.com/GigaBoots today. This is a really catchy song.